Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how to crochet this super simple snowflake. It's made with granny stitch and you've got 2 rounds in the middle and the outside is slip stitches and chains. Super simple, very quick to make. So let's get into it. We've got a 3mm crochet hook, something to cut yarn with, a tapestry needle and double knitting yarn, and I also use US terms for my crochet. So let's begin. We're going to start with a magic ring. If you know the chain method, then go for it. Here's the magic ring. We are going to chain 3. If you know how to make a hexagon cardigan or a hexagon, then it's the same, but it's a pentagon instead. So we've got 5 points. So we've got the chain 3. Now we're going to place 2 double crochets into the magic ring. 1 and 2, and between each cluster we're going to make chain 2, and then we're going to make another cluster, 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2 and 3, chain 2. Now we have 2, make 3 more clusters. And we're going to finish the round with a chain 2, and we're going to pull on the tail to close the ring, and we're going to slip stitch into the top chain, to the 3rd chain, like so. We've got 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the project, chain 3, and we're going to make a corner on each corner. So each corner will have 2 clusters with a chain 2 in the middle. So we're going to 2 double crochets for the first cluster. The chain 3 is classed as a double crochet, and then we're going to chain 2 and make another cluster into the same space. 1, 2 and 3. And now we're not going to chain 2. We're going to go straight into the following space with 2 clusters with a chain 2 in between. Chain 2 and place another cluster into the same space. Oop. Like so. So in each space we're going to place a cluster, chain 2 and another cluster, and you'll still have 5 points at the end of round 2. I'm going to finish mine off camera and I'll be back when I'm done. When you finished your last cluster, we're not going to chain, we're going to connect them straight away. So slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning, and now we're going to place chain 1, we're going to place slip stitches until we get to the following space here. It's 1, 2 and slip stitch into that space. And now we're going to start with the points. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So not into this one, that's the last chain, this one and this one. Slip stitch and slip stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch back down into the big space, and then we're going to make the middle one. So that's chain 4, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to place 3 slip stitches down the chain. 1, 2 and 3. Slip stitch back down into the big space, and then chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 slip stitches down this chain. 1, and 2, and then slip stitch back down into the big space. This is our first one. Now we are going to slip stitch along the stitches on the top here until we get to the next space. So it should be about 6. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a slip stitch into the big space, and we're going to make another one. So chain 3, 2 slip stitches, it's 1 and 2, slip stitch into the big space, chain 4, 3 slip stitches down the chain, 1, 2 and 3, slip stitch back down into the big space, and then your last one, chain 3, my yarn is stuck, and then 2 slip stitches down this chain, 1 and 2, and then slip stitch back down into the big space. Super easy, super simple. And then again we're going to slip stitch along the side all the way to the other end, the other corner, and slip stitch in there. The outer ones are chain 3 with 2 slip stitches down the chain, and the middle one is chain 4 with 3 slip stitches down the chain. So repeat this all the way around, and I'll meet you when you get to this point here where we started this round. Just finished my last point, so I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning point. Should be about 3 slip stitches, and then we are going to slip stitch to the beginning and then pull the yarn through, but make this as long as you want the hanging loop to be. So I want mine to be about this much. I'm going to cut it here, leaving myself a little sewing tail, and then I'm going to tie these together. So I'm going to tighten this so it's not moving. Like so. And then I'm going to sew these 2 tails. I want this one to be at the back. Pull on it to secure it. And then get your sewing needle, your tapestry needle, and sew them in. You can stiffen them with a mixture of PVA and water, PVA glue and water if you want, or you can use a spray, however you know to stiffen them. And there you have it. Just give it a little tidy. And there you go. Super simple, very quick to make. I hope you enjoyed it and it was easy to follow. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.